I definitely did, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the rock show, War for Reasons, I'm just, man, getting it off my chest, War for Reason, the rock show. Street Life was a little bit different because I got a chance to see the world a little bit and release a #1 album on Billboard, hit #1 on Billboard. And pretty much the first week they figured out I was going to go gold. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we have the certified plaque to represent that. Um, and then to come back a year later, a year, 2 months later, a year, 2 months, one day later, and drop Street Life to do the rock show and War for Reason. I had just come back from Europe, bringing in the new year, and I toured with Snoop Dogg,
Mm.
Corey Miller, Mac Phipps, Cain and Abel. God bless his soul, Mr. Magic, and sometimes Silk was on at one or two dates. But I was fresh from Europe and saw the world was a ghetto, to some degree, and I saw that there was racism still in parts of the world that you figured, the United States is one way, maybe, but racism still exists all over the world to some degree, and I had a different outlook on life. So that's what made Street Life a tad bit different and more controlled, an expression of me, the producers, of what I seen traveling the world. And, the first album I did it for my neighborhood. The second album I did it for the world.
Mm. How did it? So you said, because it's funny because I feel like as Black artists, that's an often common story. Like they go to Europe and it impacts not only their worldview but their art as well. Like, how did that trip? Could you like go into a little bit more detail? Like, how did that trip to Europe? How did that like change your worldview?
Um, the trip to Europe changed me because it made me know I have value when on my block, my neighborhood, or just my surroundings. I may think life is but so big.
Mm-hmm.
I mean so little. Life means, what I'm saying, so little to a youth growing up in America. But going outside the world, I realized that there's more things than my block, my neighborhood, my city, my state. It's a bigger world out there, and I want to live more for that. So it added value of life to me. It made me have some value, to know some knowledge of value of life. So it's my duty as an artist to accentuate that, art imitating life. So that's what Street Life was, heart of a ghetto boy. I was placed here waiting on God. You know what I'm saying? Like it was delicately done. Excuse the tongue twister. It was done in such a charismatic, personable way. If I never put out an album again, and I felt it in my voice, I felt it in my spirit on the songs. I even said it. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying it's fresh off the paper. You might don't even hear it, in case you don't hear this again. I was speaking like just in case. Who knows what tomorrow may bring. I'm gonna get these things off my chest, and it accentuated. I didn't wear a lot of jewelry in my videos, talking like I bring in Mr. Womp Womp. I didn't know if I get a second video, so I'm one of the first artists to mix two songs in one video, talking like I bring it to transcend the Mr. Womp Womp. So I made it count like I never have this opportunity to get to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? And I think it was excellently executed from start to finish. You're a human being and you're a human doing. So you're gonna feel all kind of ways 7 days a week. So I think those things should be exemplified in music in its purest form, in its most honest form. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to kill this notion thinking that every release from No Limit was like a compilation. We kind of depended on so much of each other to be all over each other's music. So this project didn't have Corey Miller, Percy Miller, Rashawn Miller, didn't have none of these awesome entities that were great on the company, but I wanted to show that as an artist by myself, as a vessel, I'm gonna accentuate art of the ghetto boy, of the young ghetto boy that don't get a chance to say a lot, but when he do, my God, he said, like shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, and to make the people feel something. And I think that we achieved that, with releasing Street Life like we did.